Very interested in this train between Hamilton and Auckland. It's been running since 6th of April. They call it Te Huia. And one of the people using it is New Zealand Herald or NZME journalist and podcaster Frances Cook. She lives in Hamilton. She joins me now. Kia ora, Frances.
Kia ora, lovely to be here.
Great to have you on the show. Big social media presence as well. Frances, congratulations on the bubba.
Thank you. Yes, coming in July. Big change.
Very good. Tell me about this train. I don't know how to feel about it because on the one hand, the idea of people being able to move fast between my hometown or move quickly between my hometown and the town I now live in, that sounds great. But when you looked at the detail, it seemed quite slow and it didn't go very far into Auckland and there seemed to be all sorts of problems. So what is your experience?
Yeah, I've got to say, so I obviously working for the Herald but living in Hamilton, it's helpful for me if I can get into Auckland. I usually aim for at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, and I'll have meetings with people and do things in person, and it's all very helpful. And I think there's a lot of people in that situation, right? Auckland is still the hub for a lot of us. And I knew when I moved to Hamilton that there was talk of a rail line, and frankly, I have been hanging out for it ever since. So I was extremely excited when it first came in. So
yeah, you wanted it to work.
I did, So a declaration of bias up front. I feel like time in the car is dead time. If you drive outside of rush hour, it's an hour and a half. But if you're trying to get into Auckland for a 9 o'clock meeting, because you never know what the traffic will do, because it's so unpredictable and you're having to take that southern motorway, it was often you would have to leave the house at 5 a.m. just to be sure that you'd be there on time for the meeting. It was insanity. So to me, getting on the train at 6:30 and then doing work all the way, being very comfortable, going and getting a coffee and a muffin, coming back, doing more work, and then rocking into my office at 9 a.m. on the dot, totally stress-free. It's been a dream.
Tell me about the route.
Oh, it's beautiful. So you're following the river for quite a bit of it, and then you've got farmland through the rest, as you can imagine, going through the Waikato and then through into South Auckland. So it's nice. It's very pretty. And as well, going into winter, some of the mornings that I've been on the train, I've just seen the rain lashing the windows. Mm-hmm. And I've been very happy not to be driving, especially, as you say, currently pregnant. I'm a little paranoid.
Yeah.
I just like sitting and watching the world roll by.
So you roll into, is it Papakura?
Yes. And from there, you join onto the normal Auckland network. So the one annoying thing is you have to have 2 cards. So you have your B card, which is how you pay for the Te Huia, and then you have your normal AT hop card. But you just keep them topped up online. You swipe on with one, you swipe on with the other. It's a fairly minor inconvenience.
Is there much transaction time?
In terms of the
getting from one train to the next?
Oh, yeah. I've found that you just walk straight from one onto the next. They've got them right next to each other.
Oh, that's fantastic. How much does it cost to get from Hamilton to Auckland?
It depends on if you use the B card, because if you pay cash, it's obviously slightly more. But it's anywhere from the $30 to $40. And it's cheaper than parking for the day, never mind petrol.
30 to 40 to get to that station, Papakura, and then how much on the hop card?
Oh, right. So that's the whole thing.
Okay, wow.
$40. So,
all right.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
How many other people are using it?
It's been amazing because I saw the first couple of weeks, I didn't use it because I actually didn't have any meetings in Auckland. So I saw a lot of coverage about, it's not very used and this is going to be a disaster. And I thought, oh, that's not good. I don't want to lose this train. And then I got on it myself on week 3 and it was 80% full. By the time we hit, there's 3 stops. So you start at the south end of Hamilton, there's another at the north end of Hamilton, you stop in Huntly, and then from there straight on into Auckland. By the time we got to Huntly, you couldn't have got one of the seats with a table, and there was only a few seats sprinkled through the rest of the carriage where, you're sitting next to someone else. So I was really pleasantly, happily surprised with how much patronage it's picked up. And selfishly, I hope that continues, because then you get more services and you get more options of when you can travel it.
Yeah, what's the plan for extension or enhancement from here?
Well, I look at what happened in Pt12, right? So Pt12 started very similarly when they had that train brought in, and it started at only peak times. It was only going the one way, and it was it was only a couple of services. And from there, they've increased and increased and increased as it's got more popular. So now it's every 15 minutes, all day, every day. And so I am hoping that the Te Huia will end up following that model, because certainly from the amount of people that are travelling on it already, I feel like we're going to need to tack on more carriages. There is talk of tacking on another carriage to allow more people, but there's only so much you can do that before you need more services. And I've had so many people, when I tweet about it or whatever and saying it's another full morning on the Te Huia, so many people have said to me, oh, they'd love to go down on the weekend, or they'd love to, at the moment it's very much you go in the morning from Hamilton and then back in the evening, Auckland to Hamilton. There's you can't go the other way. So I think a lot of people would like those options, and it's possible.
Frances, pleased to hear the good news. Thank you very much for coming on with us today.
Thanks for the chat.